Are we going? We're on the air? I think I'm on the air. Gotta come in with the opening theme. Too far over. All right. No, I'm good. You right there? Oh, I'm good. Hello out there. Welcome to Real Sports Talk. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You are listening to the old NBA song on when it was on Channel 2, CBS. Now they had a theme. That was back in the 70s. They had a guy playing back then whose name will come up after. And then when we go to, say, the 90s, I got to hear this dopey. Just for that, I'm not going there. All right, here we go. This was the theme in the 90s, the NBA on NBC. When you would hear Marv Albert constantly say the name Michael Jordan. Oh, Michael Jordan. Okay. And when you talk about the greatest players of all time, everybody, Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. Somebody said, oh no, Kobe. Oh no, it's LeBron, the greatest of all time. Jordan's got 6 championships. Jordan's got this. Jordan's got that. Okay. Now let's have a little analysis. There was a guy playing in the 70s. He played in the 60s too, by the name of John Havlicek. And I happen to have a comparison here. I saw this just recently, a comparison between the two. So here's what we have. We have Michael Jordan, 11-time All-NBA. That's pretty good. We have John Havlicek, 11-time All-NBA. We have Michael Jordan, 14-time All-Star. Very good. We have John Havlicek, 13-time All-Star. Pretty close. Now we have Michael Jordan, 6 NBA titles. That's what everybody talks about. 6 championships. Oh, he's the greatest. Well, John Havlicek, 8 NBA championships. And by the way, whenever anybody talks about the greatest of all time, Havlicek's never in the conversation. But all the reasons Jordan is spoken of as the greatest, these are the reasons. So now we got Michael Jordan, 32,000, approximately 32,000 NBA points. John Havlicek, 26,000 NBA points. That's a lot of points, but not quite as many as Jordan. Now we have rebounds. Michael Jordan, 6,000 rebounds, approximately. John Havlicek, 8,000 NBA rebounds. We have Michael Jordan, 5,000, approximately 5,000 assists. John Havlicek, 6,000 assists. So wait a minute. He's got Jordan beat in NBA titles. He's got him beat by 2,000 rebounds. He's got him beat by 1,000 assists. Never spoken of as the greatest, though. Triple doubles. Triple doubles. Let me see if that makes it a little lighter. Does that help? Oh, that doesn't even help. That's not it. I'm trying to turn the light switch on. That's not the light, so I got the fan on here. Wait a minute, folks. If I hit this. Okay. Does that give me some more light? Oh, that gives me good light for the YouTube audience. All right. Triple doubles. Michael Jordan, 28 triple doubles in his career. John Havlicek, 31 triple doubles in his career. NBA Finals, I already mentioned that. Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the NBA Finals. John Havlicek, 8-0. So anybody that says Jordan is the greatest of all time, let's look at the stats. And I'm not saying Havlicek is the greatest of all time, because he's not the greatest of all time. But sorry, Jordan fans, neither is Michael Jordan. Everybody knows, anybody that knows basketball knows that Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest of all time. So there you have that. Now, next topic. Second topic is the NBA's greatest, the 75 greatest players that were picked at the 75th anniversary. All right, the NBA's 75th anniversary team, where they picked the 75 greatest players. And anybody that saw that, it was terribly done compared to the way they did the NBA's 50 greatest. The NBA's 50 greatest, it's a YouTube video. It's beautifully done. The 75th was like total chaos. The only thing good about the 75th, the 75 great players, the 75th anniversary team, is that at the very end of the video, you see Oscar Robertson and Jerry West together talking to each other, standing next to each other, smiling, laughing, because that's the greatest backcourt in NBA history. The two greatest guards in NBA history. They were friends. They were from the 1960, the great 1960 collegiate Olympic team, Oscar and Jerry, and they remained friends throughout their career, even though they played against each other many times, and usually they covered each other. They were rivals in the NBA, but always friends. All right, so here's the 75th anniversary team. Now, it's nice that everybody from the 50th anniversary team made the 75th anniversary team. They didn't want to knock out any of the old players like Paul Arizin, Dolph Shays, Bill Sharman. So that was very good. Now, here's guys on the list that should not be on the list. And they put this list in alphabetical order. The list should be by position. Like the NBA at 50 was by position. So the A's, last name beginning in A. Okay. Ray Allen, very good player. One of the 75 greatest? Really? One of the 75 greatest? I'd like to know, look up JoJo White's stats. JoJo White was the MVP of the 1976 NBA Finals, was one of the stars of the greatest game, Game 5 in that series. That's the greatest NBA game. Who would you rather have? How about Dennis Johnson? Let me preface this by saying that people that were debatable and left off the NBA's top 50, two of them were added to the 75 team. That's Dominique Wilkins and Bob McAdoo. Very good. There's several others that should have been added, and I'm naming them now. And I'll tell you who could be taken off. Dennis Johnson was the MVP. Now I give it to Ray Allen. He was on 3 championship teams, a contributing player, but not the star. Far from being the star. Very good shooter. Very good shooter. Dennis Johnson, if I'm picking a team, Dennis Johnson was also 3-time NBA champ. He played in 6 finals. He was the MVP of the 79 NBA finals. Gail Goodrich. Gail Goodrich was the 5th leading scorer in the NBA for the decade of the 70s. 5th leading. And because he was 5th, nothing to be ashamed of being the 5th leading scorer, because the 4 guys ahead of him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was number 1. The aforementioned Bob McAdoo was number 2. John Havlicek, who I just spoke of, was number 3. And Pete Maravich was number 4. So those top, and Gail Goodrich was number 5. The 5th leading, he was part of that great Laker team that won 33 in a row, won the NBA championship, the 69 win Lakers, and he was the leading scorer on that team. 25.9 points a game, a tenth of a point more than Jerry West had on the team. But Goodrich was the leading scorer of that team. He was also a 2-time champion in college. 2-time NCAA champion, and had the 2nd most points in an NCAA finals game. 42 points in an NCAA finals game without a 3-pointer and without the BS fouls at the end of the game where teams fouled. 42 points. I don't have enough time today, but I'd love to go over that list. The top 10 most points scored in an NCAA finals game. Okay. I don't know. Who would you rather have? Gail Goodrich, Dennis Johnson, JoJo White, or Ray Allen? I'll pick Goodrich over Allen. I pick Dennis Johnson over Allen. I'll pick JoJo White over Allen. Look at JoJo White's stat. JoJo White belongs in the top 75. There's no question about it. No question about it. Now, also in the A's, we have a guy named Anthony, first name Carmelo. Come on now. Come on. Come on. If he's on the team, Alex English should be on the team as a forward. Adrian Dantley should make it as a forward. And they make it before Carmelo. You know who else makes it? Bailey Howell, a forgotten name of the past, part of 2 championship teams, a contributing member. I think he's 20 a game and 12 rebounds, or 18 and 10. We know Carmelo never got rebounds, never got assists. So Bailey Howell, Alex English, Adrian Dantley. Carmelo, you're off the list. Sorry. Maybe you'll make the top 100 at the 100th anniversary. Now we're going through the B's No problem. Barkley, Barry, Baylor, Bing, Bird, Bryant. No problem. The other A's were Giannis. Giannis made it in 2022. He was only playing a couple of years then. He's debatable. But what he's doing the rest of his career, yes. But at that point, he was debatable. Not in the league long enough. The C's, Chamberlain, Cousy, Cowens, Cunningham, Steph Curry. No problem. The D's, Anthony Davis. Really? I would take him off too. Got to reevaluate him at the end of his career. 2022, I would have taken him off. Clyde Drexler, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, no problem. The E's, Julius Erving, Patrick Ewing, no problem. F, Walt Frazier, one of the greatest, no problem. He's right up there with Oscar and Jerry. The G's, Kevin Garnett, I guess so. George Gervin and Hal Greer. The H's, James Harden, very debatable. Very debatable. I'm not sure he'd be on that list from 2022. I got to wait till he finishes his career. I'd be taking him off too. Who do you want on your team? Dennis Johnson or James Harden? Come on. Come on. I thought about it a little more, maybe some other guards that I take over him. All right. The other H is Havlicek, Elvin Hayes. No problem there. Oh, wait a minute. Made a mistake before. It's not McAdoo who was number 2 in the 70s in scoring. It was Elvin Hayes. I got to double check that. I'm pretty sure it was Elvin Hayes when I was reading it earlier today. Elvin Hayes, one of the great ones. The Jays. We got LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Sam Jones. Sam Jones would be number 4, maybe in my backcourt with Frazier. And Jordan, Michael Jordan. No problem with the Jays. Jason Kidd. No problem with Jason Kidd in the top 75. Oh, here's another guy coming off in the eyes as this is alphabetical. Allen Iverson. I mean, come on. Come on. Allen Practice Iverson. Practice. Talking about practice. I'm sorry. You're off. You're off. Kawhi Leonard, you're on the L's. We're on the Damian Lillard. Everybody loves Damian Lillard except me. He does. I take Dennis Johnson. I'll take JoJo before I'm taking Lillard. Jerry Lucas, no problem. 20 points and 20 rebounds in a single season per game. All right, the M's. Karl Malone, Moses Malone, Pete Maravich, Bob McAdoo, Kevin McHale, George Mike, and Reggie Miller, Earl the Pearl Monroe. No problem there. Nash and Nowitzki is the N's. Shaq and Hakeem are the O's. Robert Parrish is very debatable. Very debatable. But he was in the top 50, so he's got to go to top 7. He's even, excuse me. Who'd you rather have on your team? Let's go with the centers. Bob Lanier or Robert Parrish? How the heck is Bob? Now, we passed the L's, right? Bob Lanier is not on this list. How the heck is Bob Lanier not on the list? When we passed the B's, I went past the B's. I'm sorry, another center. Barkley, Barry, Baylor, Bing, Bird, Bryant. Walt Bellamy is not in the top 75. He's 20 rebounds a game, 20 points a game, 14 rebounds for his career. How is he not on the list? How is he not on this list? I take Bellamy and Lanier over Parrish because the 35-year-old and the 37-year-old Kareem Jabbar outplayed him in the finals. All right, back to the P's. Now we got Chris Paul. All right, I go with Chris Paul. Gary Payton. I'm not going with. Am I going with Gary Payton? I don't know if I'm going with Gary Payton. Really, there's some other guards that could be on there instead of him. Can I think of any right now? That's the problem. I got my 3 guards that should be on: Goodrich, DJ, JoJo. I got to think about if there's another guard, but he's off the list anyway. He's off because we got to make room for these other guys: Bellamy, Lanier, Dantley, Alex English. We might have to put Dan Issel in there. That's another one. Oh, now we go. Okay, we got after Peyton, we got Pettit, no problem. Paul Pierce, Scottie Pippen, no problem. The R's, we got Willis Reed, Oscar, David Robinson, Bill Russell, of course. Dennis Rodman. Rodman is not on this list. Please. Based on what? Based on what? He's a role player. He's a role player. Can't make a 5-foot shot. Can't make a foul shot. Used to have to call. If he got an offensive rebound in a big spot down the stretch of the game, he'd have to call timeout because he didn't want to get fouled. He didn't want to go to the free throw line. Come on. This is not one of the greatest. Come on. Come on. Give me Walt Bellamy instead. Give me Bailey Howell. I'll think of some other forward. Dantley, Alex English. Oh, are you serious? This guy. Wait a minute. Can we see this? Give me this guy. I take this guy every day of the week instead of Rodman, and twice on Sunday. Can we see his name? Yeah, it's right up on top. Chet Walker. He's one of the 75 greatest. And his teammate with the Bulls, because he was also, by the way, on the Sixers. He was the starting forward on that great 76er team that won 68 games and the championship. Then he went to the Bulls and had a great career with the Bulls, too. 20 a game. And his front court mate, Bob Love. I'll put Bob Love instead of Rodman. Are you kidding me? Come on now. Come on. All right, the S's. Dolph Shays, Bill Sharman, John Stockton. Okay, no problem. The T's. Isaiah Thomas, Nate Thurman. U, Wes Unseld, no problem. The W's. Dwayne Wade, no problem. Bill Walton, Jerry West, no problem. Lenny Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins, James Worthy, no problem. And Russell Westbrook. In 2022, I guess you got to put them in there. But guys I mentioned should all be in there. And some guys are bumped out. They got to wait for the top 100. So there you have it, folks. This is another edition of Real Sports Talk. We want to thank you all for watching. Tune in for the next episode of Real Sports Talk. The NBA theme song years ago is action. Bum, bum, bum. If you're on the floor and you're ready to score. I was always ready to score. I was a chucker, man. I'm not passing. I'm not passing. Thanks for watching, everybody. NBA On WGIF, when you're talking basketball, on Real Sports Talk. How do I end this now? Okay, here we go.